Hello everyone and welcome to my CSU channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Todd Chrisley stands up to prison abuse. Former Chrisley Knows Best star Todd Chrisley is using his platform to stand up to prison abuse. He stated that this was a cause he was very passionate about after spending over 2 years behind bars. So what is he doing to make a change? Keep reading for more details. Todd Chrisley stands up to prison abuse. When Todd Chrisley was behind bars in Pensacola, Florida, many horror stories were coming out. His daughter, Savannah Chrisley, was a huge advocate for her parents' release. Her mother, Julie Chrisley, was serving time in Kentucky, but felt they were both unjustly sentenced. Furthermore, she claimed that many inequities were happening, especially to her father. Since a prison guard did not care for Savannah speaking up, she would give Todd poor treatment. As for Julie, she left jail in a traumatized manner. Fans have commented that her eyes look dead, and she clearly was treated far worse than Todd, if that is possible. Upon being pardoned and released by President Donald Trump, Todd was adamant that he wanted to help others in the system. He made friends behind bars and saw that they did not all deserve the punishments they received. Therefore, he would do as Savannah did and be their voice. Now, he is opening up about a situation that has broken him. A female inmate has been denied proper medical care for over 2 months, so he seemingly stepped up. He hoped to rectify the situation before it got any worse and to raise awareness. After seeing what he had to say, some felt that Todd Chrisley could have taken the easy road and stayed silent. They believed that his fame could be a detriment, but he did not care. Since his release, Todd has been here, there, and everywhere, promoting all of his projects. He and his wife are back with their podcast and have a new reality series premiering September 1st. Prison reform is just one item on his lengthy list of things to do. Keep speaking. Although not everyone cares for what Todd Chrisley has to say, one thing is very admirable. He said he would fix the system, and he is attempting to do just that. Todd is keeping his word, which many wondered if he would do. This posting is just one sign of the good that came out of his sentence and how he can bring about change. Todd Chrisley, once the polished star of Chrisley Knows Best, never imagined his life would take the turn it did when he and wife Julie reported to federal prison in January 2023. For years, audiences saw Todd as the sharp-tongued patriarch who prided himself on control, order, and high standards. But behind the gates of a federal facility, control was stripped away, and Todd faced the harsh reality of a system many have described as broken. But in true Todd Chrisley fashion, he didn't shrink from the challenge. Instead, reports suggest he's begun standing up, not only for himself, but for others suffering in silence. A glittering life, now a stark reality. Todd had lived a life of luxury before his conviction. Designer suits, luxury cars, and a sprawling Nashville mansion. To fans, he embodied Southern charm with a dash of sarcasm. Yet that life evaporated when fraud charges landed him behind bars. Suddenly, Todd was no longer the master of his carefully crafted empire. But if prison was meant to silence him, it seems to have had the opposite effect. Todd's family has revealed that conditions inside are grim, from contaminated food to unsafe living spaces. And while many inmates may keep their heads down to survive, Todd has reportedly chosen another route: confrontation. The unseen abuse. Prison abuse doesn't always look like physical violence. It can be psychological, emotional, and systemic. Todd has spoken through family representatives about mold in the food, inmates denied basic hygiene, and intimidation from guards. He has also hinted that voicing complaints has come at a personal cost. Being labeled a troublemaker in prison isn't easy. Yet Todd has never been one to back down from a fight. Whether on reality TV or in life, his voice carries weight, and it seems he's using it for more than just himself. He refuses to sit by and pretend everything is fine, one insider shared. If something is wrong, he speaks up, even when it puts him at risk. The turning point. For Todd, the turning point came when he allegedly witnessed a younger inmate being verbally berated and humiliated by staff. According to whispers from those close to him, Todd didn't look away. Instead, he intervened, calmly but firmly telling the guard that the treatment was unacceptable. Inmates are often warned never to challenge authority, but Todd's natural instinct to protect and advocate seemed to override fear. That moment reportedly solidified his role as an unlikely defender inside the prison system. Julie and Savannah speak out. On the outside, Julie Chrisley and daughter Savannah have echoed Todd's complaints, using their platforms to highlight what they describe as human rights abuses in federal prisons. Savannah, in particular, has become her father's megaphone. On podcasts and social media, she details what Todd has endured, amplifying his fight. Her words carry the raw urgency of a daughter desperate to protect her father, but they also serve a broader purpose: to spotlight a broken system Americans rarely see. Todd isn't just fighting for himself, Savannah has insisted. He's standing up because he knows so many others don't have a voice. Courage in confinement. Prison abuse thrives in silence. Most inmates avoid drawing attention, hoping to make it through their sentences with as little conflict as possible. Todd's decision to stand up takes immense courage, especially for a high-profile prisoner who is already under scrutiny. He risks retaliation, loss of privileges, stricter monitoring, or being moved to less favorable conditions. Yet those close to Todd say his resolve only grows stronger each time he sees injustice. He's always been outspoken, but now it's different, said a friend. He knows his platform comes with responsibility. If he doesn't stand up, who will? Building a brotherhood. Interestingly, Todd's defiance has also reportedly earned him unexpected respect among fellow inmates. Though initially mocked for his celebrity status and polished image, his willingness to speak out has shifted opinions. Some even see him as a protector, someone who refuses to let abuse slide unchecked. This new role could be reshaping Todd himself. For years, fans knew him as a sharp-witted TV dad who often clashed with his kids and wife in humorous ways. In prison, however, Todd is becoming something else, a reluctant advocate, discovering strength he may never have tapped before. The larger problem. Todd's situation is a small window into a massive issue. Reports from advocacy groups have long described federal prisons as understaffed, underfunded, and plagued by mistreatment. Todd's case is drawing unusual attention because of his celebrity, but many inmates endure similar or worse without anyone listening. By standing up, Todd is inadvertently shining a light on systemic abuse, whether he intended to or not. His complaints are now part of a larger conversation about prison reform. Faith as his anchor. Through it all, Todd leans on faith. Raised in the South, his Christianity has always been part of his identity. Friends say prayer groups and Bible study have become his lifeline in prison. It's where he draws the strength to keep going, even when conditions test his resolve. Todd once built his reputation on control, but prison has taught him something new: surrender. And in surrender, he's found the courage to fight, not with fists or insults, but with his voice. Looking ahead, there's no telling how Todd's fight will end. He still faces years behind bars, and the challenges will not fade overnight. Yet one thing is clear: he refuses to be broken. When Todd Chrisley eventually walks free, he may emerge as more than just a reality star who weathered scandal. He could come out as a public advocate for prison reform, forever changed by the suffering he witnessed and endured. And for now, behind the walls, he remains a reminder that even in the darkest of places, one voice can spark change. Conclusion. Todd Chrisley once built his brand on perfection, image, and control. Prison stripped that away, leaving only the raw man underneath. What has emerged is surprising even to his fans, a figure willing to risk retaliation in order to confront abuse and injustice. He stands up not because it's safe, but because it's right. And in doing so, Todd Chrisley may be redefining his legacy, not as the patriarch of a reality TV family, but as an unlikely fighter against a system many would prefer remain in the shadows.